So today I am going to discuss about auxiliary verbs. So what are auxiliary verbs? Auxiliary verbs are also known as helping verbs. They help to express the main verbs tense, mood and voice. Auxiliary verbs generally occur together with the main verb. Let us look at an example. I have finished my homework. In this sentence, the main verb is finished, which is preceded by an auxiliary verb have, and it is helping to form the present perfect tense in this sentence. The auxiliary verb have is helping to form the present perfect tense in this sentence. So auxiliary verbs are the helping verbs. They help the main verbs to form the tense, mood and voice in a sentence. So the auxiliary verbs are of two types, primary auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries. Now the primary auxiliaries are be, do and have, and the modal auxiliaries are can, will, shall, should, would, must, may, might, ought, could. So in today's lesson I am going to focus solely on the be verbs, which is one type of the primary auxiliary verbs. So what are the be verbs? Am, is, are, was, were, been, being. So here you can see how the be verbs are changing according to the subject's number, person and also according to the tense. How the be verbs am, are, is, was is changing according to the subject's number, person and also according to the tense. So I here is first person singular, you is second person singular, they is third person plural, and he or she is third person singular. So the verb to be along with the present participle form of the main verb are used to form continuous tenses or progressive tenses. Here you can see how the present continuous, past continuous, present perfect continuous, future continuous tenses are being formed with the help of the be verbs. Now the be verbs are also used in passive voice. In passive voice sentences, the be verbs are used. Here you can see how the be verbs is, was, be, been, being are being used to form passive sentences. Now I have told already in the video that auxiliary verbs are used as helping verbs, but sometimes auxiliary verbs can also be used as a main verb in the sentence. In this case, the auxiliary verb to be is used as the main verb in these sentences. The verb to be, that is a verb is used as a main verb in this sentence. Was, that is a past form of the verb to be, is used in this sentence as a main verb. And also here, I am an Indian citizen. Here the verb to be, that is the verb am, is being used to state someone's identity. So the to be verb can also be used as a main verb in a sentence apart from being used as a helping verb. Now the be verbs can also be used to ask questions. Is he a cricketer? Am I disturbing you? Was he working today? Were they shouting in the class? Was the lecture being recorded? Here in these examples you can see how the be verbs is, am, was, were and again was is being used to form questions. So the be verbs can also be used to ask questions. So here also you can see how the verb are is being used to ask questions. The be verbs can also be used to form negative sentences. For example, she isn't my sister. I wasn't well prepared for last year's semester examinations. And similarly, these are the other examples where the be form of the verb is being used in a negative sense. Here also is another example of how the be form of the verb is being used in a negative sense. Be verbs are also used to form tag questions. Now, what is a tag question? A statement followed by a question. So, a tag question always follows a statement. A statement is turned into a question that is known as a tag question. Now, tag questions are used to ask for confirmation or ask for agreement. So, let us look at a few examples. It's such a lovely day, isn't it? So, here it is a tag question, isn't it? You aren't going to the party, are you? So, here we can see how the be verbs are being used to form tag questions. Now, a positive statement is followed by a negative question tag. John is from Germany, isn't it? Here we can see John is from Germany is a positive statement. So it is followed by a negative question tag. Not is here. So it is a negative question tag. Similarly, Ravi is a cricketer is a positive statement which is followed by a negative question tag. Now, a negative statement is followed by a positive question tag. You aren't very fond of soccer, are you? Here we can see that it is a negative statement. The not is here. So, in the question tag, it will be a positive question tag. Are you? We know that intransitive verbs do not take any object and yet they can complete the sentence all by themselves and can make complete sense. In these examples, Rahul smiled, I laughed, birds fly, horses run, the sun shines. Here the underlined verbs are known as intransitive verbs of complete predication. Why complete predication? Because here the intransitive verbs are completing the predicate. The meaning is complete over here and there is no need of any other object. The verb here is completing the predicate and it is making complete sense. So these underlined verbs are also known as intransitive verbs of complete predication. In this example, Ravi is a good boy. Is a be verb, but if we left the sentence as Ravi is, so the meaning would not have been completed. So here after is we need a group of words to complete the sentence or to make complete sense. So is an intransitive verb, but however it is not being able to complete the sentence over here. So is an intransitive principal verb of incomplete predication over here. A group of words or a word is being used after is to complete the sentence. So in this case, is or the be verb is an intransitive verb of incomplete predication, meaning that it requires some other word or group of words to complete the predicate and make complete sense.